Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 41 of the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. I guess I don't really need to do that all the time anymore, do I? I'm at 41. But then again, every podcast does that, and if I do anything cookie cutter, that might be it. Announce thyself. State why you're here. I guess there's a little bit of power in that, huh? Well, hello there, and hi. Yes, so I have a couple of materials with me, and I've spent a while trying to find them all because I don't have a really good organization when it comes to old materials yet. It's on my very long to-do list. Cursed ADHD and organization systems. Anyway. I'm going to read two quotes first and foremost. One of them, I want to forewarn you, is a bit Bible-y, and I'm sorry. I didn't ever really take it as a Bible quote until I got much older, and I was like, wait a minute. What is that at the bottom? Oh. But then I was like, I think I like the message anyway if I take out the religious aspects of it, because in no way, by any means, I just want to state this, not that I'm against religion. By all means, please practice whatever it is you need to feel like you need to practice. I'm more spiritual than that, and I'm sorry to those that offends, I guess. I don't know why I need to apologize for that, but anyway. First and foremost, there's been a lot of talk of dreams and love and purpose and stuff lately in and around my life, and I've been getting a lot of media this morning that's been making me think like, okay, well, I need to record a podcast anyway. And then I tried to read my book and some quotes happened and I'm like, are you serious right now? So I was like, so early on too, just like right off the bat, like sigh. Anyway, it's like sometimes when I'm reading material either to like just read in general or for the book or any book, just read, things weirdly align, ? You could call them signs, but like some of them have been like how to explain? Some of them have been very, very, very specific in various ways that would like not really be able to be explained anywhere else, so to speak, very easily, and it just fits. And it's like that weird feeling you get when you get goosebumps, when you feel like there's like something weird happening or like bad sense, not necessarily a bad feeling, but like a sense. It's like that. But like you're reading it and it tickles the brain in that way, and I don't like goosebumps on the brain, okay? Least favorite goosebumps. Quotes. First quote. Took me a while to find this. I'm really proud I did. I'm actually gonna zoom in closer and screenshot the text only because I don't need anything else. I grew up with these two quotes, by the way, so this first one and the other one I used to read every single time I would use my mother's restroom. And that was for a damn good, 20 years of my life. To dream is to awaken the soul. It is to set free the mind and spirit, and to sail on a journey of hope. To dream is to build castles out of clouds and realities out of wishes. It is to give meaning to the word belief. To dream is to hear music in the silence of thought, to privately dance to the sound of violins or to the beat of a pounding drum. To dream is to abandon the fear of limitation, to unlearn skepticism and doubt, and to boldly embrace each day as a miraculous adventure. To dream is to taste magic, to know passion, and to be unafraid to trust in the wisdom of the heart. To dream is to see beyond the horizons and to know that we are capable of anything our hearts desire. rereading that after not reading that for some years and like reading that for a long time, and also during my philosophy and theology era, that now explains some things. Congratulations, folks. You in real time just real-ish time witnessed me remember something. And also, wow. Next, we're gonna share my desktop here. As I said, this was something I grew up on, and I couldn't find the right version. I have a picture, I swear to Jesus, somewhere. I'm only saying that because, like, I don't know if that's a good thing, but I think it's a good thing because I'm swearing to him. I don't know. Anyway, I figured it fits. Sorry. Religion humor. I couldn't help myself. There are 3 different versions I'm going to kind of partially read from. Mainly this 4th part here because I kind of like the way they all sound. They're all kind of the same thing. I couldn't find mine. Eventually I'll find mine and maybe I'll read it. I don't know, because it is the version I grew up on that I think kind of counts, because it was the words that I took in upon the meaning of which I took those words in. Because remember, I didn't think it was religious. I thought it was just about love. Which, by the way, after I read this, I have some words. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not jealous. Love does not brag. It is not arrogant. It does not act disgracefully. It does not seek its own benefit. It does not provoke, does not keep an account of a wrong suffered. It does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It keeps every confidence. It believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love is patient and kind. It is not jealous or conceited or proud. Love is not ill-mannered or selfish or irritable. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with the truth. Love never gives up, and it is faith, hope, and patience never fail. There are so many versions of this from so many different eras, I guess. I mean, look at this. What is this stuff? What is any of What are words? What are words and why are there meanings? I will leave a link to this later. But next quote is this. Actually, my notes. I didn't really have a consistent example of love growing up that was healthy. I had bits and pieces of it. I had people who would step in who I think knew that my mom wasn't exactly all there as far as a caring parent went. I had a few people in my adult years that I got reconnected with kind of enlightened me on that a little bit after I had figured out some things, and sometimes the truth hurts more than the actual, like, fake reality you build around it, or even the happy reality that you use to block out the sad reality. And there were moments, I guess, when it was love from her, but I held on to that example, I think, of the people around me who didn't judge, who just let me be me, and let other people be other people, because that was something I paid attention to, too. I never really liked the spotlight on me. My favorite thing was to run away and hide. I loved hiding spots growing up. I still do. God, I wish I had a cave that I could just run away to sometimes. Like, can you guys start building Mars dens throughout the world? Ping me the locations and I'll just go on adventures, and that's how I'll just live my life as a feral woodland creature. I don't know if that's legal. Nothing I want to do as far as like living in the woods is really legal according to a lot of laws, I think. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I assume. The if you can't collect rainwater in some states, which I think is weird on some level, because it's just rainwater, and if you're using it for like crops or like, I have some questions. Anyway, that's like my example of love, was that note, that poem, that Bible verse, I guess, on that wall of my mother's bathroom, because I would read that and repeat that shit to myself, and I would repeat that shit to myself over and over again. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it is not boastful, it is not arrogant, nor is it rude. It does not keep a record of wrongdoings. It rejoices in the truth. Ouch. I can definitely say I have moments where I've acted against love, and it is not a very good feeling upon reflection nor reliving. So yes, always with love. I think as an element, it's kind of interesting, because like, some of you know my story. And that I want you to keep in mind when I read this quote from this book. It's only page 11, by the way. It's called Older. It's a nice, neat cover by Jennifer Hartman. I quoted it, kinda. Sounds like your heart already knows what it wants. Go with the blips. I wish it were that simple. It is. People always overcomplicate shit. That's because life is complicated, I countered, peeking up at him through water-dotted lashes. Is it, though? He held my gaze. Life is living. If you're not living exactly the way you want to live, then what's the fucking point? My chest fluttered. I thought about my sad life, which lacked the vibrancy and purpose Reed was so well versed in. Everything was hollow. Everything except for my heart. And having an abundant heart in a hollow world was an affliction I was helpless to overcome. I used to think that. And one moment, please. I'm gonna test out the pause button again. I like that I have a pause button because water. Reading in water is important, guys. Remember that, especially for speaking out loud. I now understand why comics and other stuff keep water, because, dang. The cats are trying to share in the sunlight. It's hilarious. I don't want this episode to be super heavy. It kind of is already, though. I can't just make things light and fun. I need help with that, apparently. And, as I said, some of you kind of know my story already. And if you do, thank you for sticking around. You are my people for sure. And it's weird to think that I have people now, because like, it's not that I never really had people. I mean, there were like the blimps, as I would like to call it, in my past, the occasional friend, some of which I actually have on Facebook now, or still, and have had on Facebook for a while, actually. Wow, nice. Anyway, that's what I like about social media. It's like, or the internet in general as a whole. It's like able to keep the blimps close by, because my memory's not that great. I don't really think anyone has like the super best memory, because memory is weird. I don't know if we know that all there is to know really about it. I've done some research, and some of it speculates and says that water holds memory, and humans are like 60% water. And water might not even be the like water molecule in humans. And then there's also the speculation that maybe Memories are energy, and energy resonates. Water's technically an energy. I don't want to go down the science rabbit hole with you guys right now. Jesus, no. Please, no. That's not the rabbit hole we're going down today. We're going down the love and purpose rabbit hole. Do you think love heals? That has been my favorite question to ask and be asked, especially on the Unsealed. Do you think it heals? I think it does. I think it does. I also have this weird theory that love might be an energy or like some weird like unseeable resource of sorts. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's something to it. I don't understand, but there's something to it. Anyway, the overarching point of the 16-minute episode is life is weird. People are weird. Love is weird. I don't get what humans are. And my new questions are, what are humans? What is time? What are numbers? Have numbers existed before humans? I don't like that question. And what are we? The more I think about it and the more I learn and the more I experience, that question gets a little stronger. What are humans? What are humans? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I mean, I guess I do. We're humans. We're weird biological entities with like a brain and like a consciousness and maybe a soul or something. Something. It still interests me that an entirely closed-in chamber, and you can look up the scientific research and study that was done on this, because there's been a couple, I think. I know of the one. And in a completely closed-in chamber, and yet a human, like no gases or anything could escape. Perfectly pressurized so you could sense weight. And yet, when the human died, passed away, a couple of grams were lost. There's a few scientific ways you can explain that, but at the same time, still weird to think about. And then if you like take in dreams and the memory and like out of body experiences like that, like you can't explain that away with science. You can, I assure you. Don't trust me, I've gone down that avenue. But there's also that underlying question of WTF. There are some things to think about. And there are some things I don't know if I want the answers to, per se. I'm just kidding, I do. I am like that little weird fox thing from that one Avatar episode, the knowledge seeker. I will bring the knowledge to anything because I must. It is a weird drive. Scholar? Would I be a scholar class in like a D&D world? And yes, D&D was mentioned just now. I really hope that got someone's attention. This should be a stream. I should stream some of these sometimes. I think some would be nodding their heads in agreement. Like, yes, Mars, you should be streaming some of these. See, I'm doing it. And that is my time, folks. That is all I had for today, was quotes and my experiences with those quotes, because life be weird. And the only solution I have to the weird is to find more weird, embrace weird, and keep going with the weird. That means just live, let live, and experience. So, like, keep going so you can experience more. And I know there's, like, a weird danger to a more mindset because consumerism, but, like, what about more love? What about more connections with humans? What about more communities? What about more, like, positive based experiences? Why hold on to so many negative ones? I hold on to negative ones. I know most people hold on to negative ones. We are predestined or pre-programmed, I should rather say, to, like, hold on to negativity. Interesting thing to be designed to do. But why? And why does the energy feel better when you don't hold on to that negativity but let it go? There should be more scream rooms. I think that would be fun. More like break stuff rooms. I used to like breaking plates. That was fun. Break stuff and then turn it into art? ? Rage then calm. That's an idea. I need to stop coming up with ideas because now I'm just adding things to the might do, will do, can do, and might do. Can do, won't do. Can do, will do. I have a lot of piles. Again, the curse of ADHD. It's interesting sometimes. When you can harness the powers of ADHD for productivity, it's fun. When you can't, it's chaos. And you can try to make it fun. I say hesitantly. As I said, folks, that is my time. I hope you guys have a great whatever it is. Drink water. Remember to breathe. I might have been holding my breath the whole episode. Probably not. But, remember to breathe. Drink water. Stretch. Exercise a little bit here and there. Read. And always keep going, because going is sometimes the hard part. Keep going. Don't stop. We are better together. And humans are a miracle of a weird little oddity. Yeah, we are an oddity. So yes, keep going, humans of Earth. Do not stop. Thank you for letting me give you my time. I hope on some level I was able to teach, motivate, or inspire. Teach, inspire, motivate, or entertain you. Thank you for letting me make these things and meeting me here in this weird podcast land of the Digital Quill podcast. This was episode 41 of I don't know how many. I'll see you next time.